my point of view, why I went to the march and why I found it important. I went because for the past year, I have had no gigs, I've had no income whatsoever. And I've been quite a patient person. I trusted in the government to do the right thing. But obviously, after the last couple of weeks, we've kind of been hung out to dry a little bit and been forgotten. So I just kind of felt like personally enough is enough. It's just time to make our physical presence known on the streets to protest for that. Like, this is my livelihood. This isn't just like going to a rave and going to festivals with my mates. For me, this is my job. So yeah, it's kind of enough now. It's honestly, hands down, better than any festival or event I've ever been to in my life. It was the best feeling. I woke up feeling like a proper person again. Everybody was just so happy and joyous. And like, every time I turn around, there's just constant smiles on people's faces, looking around, hugging each other, dancing. I was like, this is what dance music's about. Well, the dance music community, you've got to remember that everyone that went there is a die-hard music fan, whether they work in the industry or they're someone that just is really passionate about it. There were people that had traveled from Birmingham, from Newcastle, like literally, like we love this scene so much and we refuse to let it be taken away from us. That was a really, really resonant message. Everyone was really compliant. And to my knowledge, there was one arrest all day. That was it. You get more people arrested at a football match, down the pub on a night out, shopping for shoplifting. To me, that number is astounding and it's just a testament to our scene and how much we care about the music and how important it was to show up properly. Yeah, it was really, really good to see after a year of not having it. It really affirmed to me what it was about. And I was like, this is what the scene is right here. And I almost had a little cry, not gonna lie. It was really emotional. Well, I think it's fair to say that we've been treated differently, to say the least, from other live events. We've seen Royal Ascot and Wimbledon and the Grand Prix and the football. And we've seen like tens of thousands of people in crowds. There's no justification for it. Like, I've got nothing against the football, so I've just got to put that out there. This is not a I hate football situation. But yeah, again, it's just this double standard of, okay, well, so how's that going to work? Are they going to be doing lateral flow tests before they enter? Are they going to be doing are they going to be isolating after the game? Because to have 60,000 people in an arena without those measures in place, but we can't have 1,000 people capacity club open, to me just is ludicrous. Like, that is mad. That is, I can't, again, the logic just isn't there, is it? I think in the beginning, we were all very conscious of the wider implications of the pandemic. So that was great for a while, but I think everyone's been so patient. But within the last couple of weeks, and we've seen the football, and we've seen Royal Ascot, and we've done our pilot tests and we've been compliant and said that we'll do everything necessary to try and allow our events to happen like that. It's very obvious that the elitist things like football and the tennis are taking a precedence over dance music. And I can't think of any other reason why other than they just don't like us. Yeah, it just felt like hope, didn't it? It just finally felt like light at the end of the tunnel when we saw those videos coming out. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I cried. Like, when Yousef drops free alternate, I had a little bit, I was a little bit teary, I'm not gonna lie. Just the unity of everyone together, again, just confirmed how amazing our scene is. The conclusion they drew from the pilot test in Liverpool, that it was no more dangerous to go to that rave than it was to go to the shops. That was a conclusion that they drew a comparison against using figures. Within the pilot schemes, there were 58,000 people that took part, 28 people tested positive for COVID, and only 11 of those were contagious. 11 of 58,000. It's frustrating because looking back now, obviously in hindsight, we felt like that was the end. That was like the light at the end of the tunnel. It was the hope, but we've almost kind of been led a bit down a garden path. I'm really hoping in the next couple of weeks when we get the results back from some of the other pilot schemes that there'll be more logic behind their actions moving forward. Within the scene now, obviously there's a lot of tension at the moment because we just want things to progress and move forward, and everyone's desperate for that so much. But it's really important to remember the only reason we're in this place at the moment is because of decisions made earlier on that could have been preempted, like Australia, like New Zealand, and we would already have our live music events back. So it's really important to remember that that's why they're not going on. I want them to outline a clear plan when it comes to 19th of July in the coming weeks of exactly how they're going to start implementing strategies to help open places up. if that's actually going to happen, not just giving us a date and not actually giving us any clear instructions on how they're going to make that happen and how they can guarantee it's going to happen. I think they need to be working more closely with venues to make sure that strategies are in place for them to open, and if there's anything the venues can do to help that they're working actively with them. Or if it's not going to work and they do need longer, to be really transparent as soon as possible. I think that's going to be the next step, and I think that they need to step up and do that. I'm sure in weeks to come, I really hope that Making a Stand has started to open up some more of those conversations, and we'll see. This is Charlie T, and you're watching Dub Hub.